All right, I'm gonna get started here. Decided I'm gonna deal with a little bit of firewood first to get going. So I've got this little stuff here that I need to split up, so I brought the chainsaw over and my bins from inside. I'm just gonna cut that up, fill these bins up, and then maybe throw the rest in the woodshed there. And then I'll decide if I want to go get a bigger tree or not after that. So let's go. Okay, so I got that little stuff split up, filled up two containers for inside, threw the rest over there. Don't have a lot of wood there, you can see. A little bit in the tent, but not really much, so I'm gonna have to restock here before I get the fire going. So I think what I'll do is I'll take you up, show you the tree that I'm thinking about taking. Well, not thinking about, I guess I am going to. So let me walk over there and I'll... Alright, this is the little pathway that I've been working on a little bit here and there over time. You can see the tent kind of way over there in the lake. So not far, but I want this one to connect up to another trail later on, but for now it's just, you know, obviously not ready to ride on even right now. But show you a little bit of work I've done up here. Just mostly taking away the big stuff. Got a little flowers starting to grow here. These can't remember what they're called, wintergreen maybe. I'm pretty sure it turns into a flower, but I think you can eat the leaves actually at early spring like this. But I'm not 100% sure. I may have to do a bit more intel on that before I venture into sampling. And you can see the water flowing down there. It's a woodpecker over there. I haven't been able to spot them yet though. So what I've been trying to do is divert the traffic. This is obviously an old skidder trail as well, a lot of them around, but the water has kind of been flowing down the one side here, really washing it out. It's pretty rough in that area, so I kind of like flattened out that a little bit last year. But I need to get the water diverted away from here if I want this to stay better. I could probably flatten out the right hand side here a bit better, but this is where I've started to sort of redirect the water. I just kind of cut a hole in the bank there with a stick earlier and tried to block this off to stop the water. So I think given the way the water's kind of flowing more naturally there, there's not really a lot I can do about rerouting it, or at least not easily. But there is lots of room here on the right as well, and this doesn't need to be a road, just a trail. My only concern maybe is around that big tree there, getting by there with a spot. But anyway, so the tree that I'm wanting to take down is that one there. It's nice and dead, tucked back in the forest there, and not too far off the beaten path. I do probably want to, you know, haul it down instead of carrying it down, but that's the one. And you can see up there I've marked another one. There's, you know, two dead trees, and there's a couple more inside there too. I don't know if you can see way back there, another mark. But anyway, I went up and when I could see stuff better and kind of marked the ones that were, you know, clearly dead like that, that look like they're hung up and nice and dry. So it looks like I've got quite a bit of decent wood just up the hill here, but which is another reason why I want to get this section of the trail half decent, so I can at least get up to the corner there. And then, you know, don't necessarily have to go much farther, but you can get, you know, pretty much up to the hill there, and then that's kind of where it pitters into the forest a bit and not as well defined at that point. And the creek does kind of come across, well, not creek, it's just like runoff, but it does come across the road there too, so I'll have to do something with that. Anyway, so I didn't bring the chainsaw or anything up here with me yet, but I think that's what I'll do. I think I'll drop that tree. Maybe I'll just cut it into sections and haul it down, or maybe I'll get the tractor out and pull it down that way. But first step is cutting her down. So let's go grab the chainsaw and get to it. Ran out of gas, but all filled up, ready to go. Wish me luck.
I never really know what's going on. Look at me sometimes like all you want to do is run.
Right, that didn't exactly go according to plan. I should have been more careful really, but I also don't bring my wedges or my hammer or anything like that, so I tried using the little wedge that I took out of the tree as a wedge to sort of push it over, but a little too wide too quickly, so it's not working very well. I really need to go that way so it doesn't get tangled up in the big trees here, so I'm going to run down and grab my my wedges and the hammer, and hopefully I can persuade it to go where I want it to go. Alright, thanks for keeping an eye on it for me. I also didn't cut the V in the tree, the V cut there. I didn't cut that properly either. I kind of rushed, cut the one side, and then I just kind of like glanced over the other side, thought it was good, but when I looked a bit closer, the undercut, the one that's going in, goes in farther than the one coming down. So the one coming down ends and the other one goes farther in, which makes a bit of a spot there where when it starts to tip, that little corner is going to hit instead of it letting it fall all the way before it snaps. So I might just fix that up first before I do the wedges, and hopefully if I can get it to start tilting the other way, the gravity will take care of the rest. But you can see something that you know, should be, you know, pretty simple. Dropping a tree, it's solid, there's no rot there or anything like that, everything's good. But these things can be dangerous, so you definitely got to be careful and really you know, shouldn't be taking anything for granted if you're doing it yourself, and really you know, make sure you do know what you're doing, or get someone that does know what they're doing to do it for you. Don't be like me and figure it out as you go. Anyway, wish me luck again. Well, the first time it didn't work.
Secret star in your heart so slow.
Okay, well, as you can see, that did not exactly go according to plan. It's still attached on the one side. What happened is it got tangled just barely in the branches here up at the top of that big tree there. It sort of got tangled up there a bit. That's why it wouldn't fall. It was just barely touching, but it just didn't want to fall. So I managed to get it past that, and then it started to fall. But the one side of the hinge broke, and the other side hung on. Let's see here. So you can sort of see from here, this post edge is still just barely attached, not much, but the other part of the stick there, there's a branch at the top there that kind of caught on. So what I need to do is either twist it enough to break that loose and have it fall, or pull the base kind of back to the right. So I'm gonna go grab the come along I've got, and I'll see if I can use that to kind of hook onto the side of it and twist it, and maybe that'll get that top branch to loosen, and then we'll see if we can't get it to fall after we get that branch. It's close. It's just that one branch catching now, so just gotta be careful not to be in any kind of danger when I'm dropping it. So, all right, I'm gonna go grab that and see what we can do. Right, got my my come along here. Can't believe I bought that, but anyway, it works pretty decent. And I brought another like winch tow cable kind of strap, and then just another strap to kind of hook it to a tree. So let's get over here a little bit closer. What's going on? So you can sort of see that it's mostly off on the one side. You can see around there, and then off on this side. So if I just wrap around and have the pole kind of coming from the far side, I think I can twist it. And then you can see up there, it's just that big branch. When it sort of came off the little branches up there, it kind of twisted a little bit that way, pushing it over, and then it hit that tree, and then also the one side of the hinge hung and the other side broke. Again, my bad hinge was the problem really, but I think that getting tangled up there was the main issue. Had it not got tangled, it probably would have been okay. So let me find a spot for you.
There are the things I want to know. Secrets start in your heart so slow. But if you don't want to tell me now, I guess I'll never know. Here we go, turning all the wrongs into rights. Here we go, you can take me there too.
We got it down. Just not exactly go according to plan. But anyway, so I twisted it the one way first, and I got it to snap. This side was kind of off already, so I got it to twist up and off of this. I don't know if you could see it or not. And it fell down, but when I was doing that, the top kind of rolled more into that tree. So once it came off the base and kind of fell to the ground here, it was tangled up there even more. So I just reversed the wind that I had so I could get it to twist the other way. And then it managed to just kind of twist back out and get untangled back to kind of where almost it landed. And then once I twisted it a bit more, that branch that was hanging up originally kind of disconnected from it, and it dropped. So anyway, this is it's gonna be worth it. This is good dry wood. So now I just have to process it. So that was supposed to be the easy part, dropping the tree, but as you can tell, dropping a tree in the forest doesn't always go according to plan, and if you're not careful and you make a mistake, you can really get hurt. So I was trying to be as careful as I could, but obviously there's always a little bit of danger when you're out in the middle of nowhere here. So anyway, I'm gonna get the chainsaw back up, and I'll start at probably the other end, and I'll cut it into lengths, and then I'll see how I want to bring them back. I'll probably just end up hiking them back over, depending on how big, how heavy they are. But anyway, let's get to it. Starting to be too much like work. It's supposed to be fun, isn't it? It's break time. I need a drink and a break before I go back up and collect the chainsaw. A few other things. There's one piece I left up there, big piece at the end. May or may not just leave it there. But for now, I need a drink. Well, it's been a very difficult tree. The even splitting it, it's very, very hard, very stringy. I guess, I mean, it's hardwood, it should be hard, but anyway, it's been a bit of a challenge, this tree. Didn't think it was supposed to be this, didn't think it was going to be this difficult, but anyway. Kind of getting interrupted here a little bit too by the rain. Some kind of a storm cloud rolling through. Sun's shining, but it's raining. There's probably a rainbow out there somewhere. But I made myself a coffee, and I'm gonna just take a break and have a coffee here. I put some stew on the stove there as well, so that's cooking away inside. And I'll probably do a bit more splitting. I'm almost done. Just maybe 10 pieces left, something like that. But yeah, the rain been kind of stopping and starting, so I'll just take a little break here and have a coffee, and hopefully it'll stop by the time I'm done, and then I can get back to it. Although it looks like it's kind of stopping already, but it's hard to tell if it's gonna stay stopped or not. But yeah, it's just spitting a tiny bit now. So anyway, making good progress. Added just a little bit to my wood pile there, and I'm gonna add the rest of what I cut or split to my wood pile, and the rest all the rest of it is already inside. Well, I decided to carry the last one back. Man, that was heavy. I may not bother cutting it up today, but getting hungry. I haven't eaten much today, and the sun's starting to get low, so it's getting cold out. But got my wood pile kind of restocked, at least for a little bit, and then got, you know, a decent stash inside here as well, and hopefully it there's my stew brewing away here. Let's take a quick peek. Yeah, okay, oops. Okay, so I think that's it for this log processing. Definitely more of a challenge than I expected it to be. But yeah, it's a job, you know, just keeping enough wood to keep the tent warm, you know, during the night when it gets cold. Once the summer comes, I generally don't need fires in there anyway. If I do, it's just for, you know, just to take the bite out of the air briefly and then kind of let it die down. So just a little bit longer of needing to process wood, and then I can sort of, you know, take my time over the summer and maybe get a better stockpile ready for next winter. I wasn't really you know, in good shape at the beginning of the winter, so I've been kind of struggling the whole time trying to keep up. And then in a few years, I mean, I'll have a bunch ready as well, and there's tons all over the place that I've been, you know, cutting and prepping and stuff. The problem is it's not ready to burn yet, so I gotta wait. Anyway, thanks for watching, and stay tuned. I don't know if you can see this, but there's an otter. Just came outside to have my supper. And saw this little guy swimming around. Looks like he's munching on some roots. Right, well, I don't know how well you can see that, but I'm going to enjoy the show with my my supper here. So, thanks for watching.